Immigrant and documented status identity. Or has it or has it not?
Harvey Milk is in the film.
Yes. I told my students to come here for extra credit. So there you go.
You know, it was really hard because I've had some people, I remember when I did Rachel Maddow the first time, I had some people reach out to me privately, thankfully, and said, "You're not being gay enough." They said, "You need to talk about being gay more." You know? And so somebody, we did a screening in DC, and somebody from HRC, whatever you may think of Human Rights Campaign, somebody from the HRC came and said the film is not gay enough. Which I thought was so interesting. And it was a white gay person who said this, which gets to the whole idea of intersectionality of things, right? Like, I dealt with a gay thing when I was in high school. It took longer to deal with this part. So I remember when we were storyboarding the film, one of my assistant editors was like, young kid, young, great filmmaker, but he was just, the problem with your story is it's too complicated. Like, we don't have time for like all of this. And like, he went up to the storyboard and he X'd out gay, and he X'd out my grandfather. He was like, you know, you don't have to talk about the gay thing. I mean, that's too much, you know? And then he X'd out my grandfather because he thought he's not alive, and so like, how do we make him? And I'm like, well, him go away. He crossed out like the two, like, you know, like turning points in the whole thing, right? And so I just feel like, identity-wise, my biggest artistic influence is probably James Baldwin. So insisting on the complexity of these identities and where they all intersect. As you probably know, I'm actually working on a reality television show. We're developing a reality television show on undocumented gay people. The fact that so many leaders of the Dream Act movement are openly gay, right? Openly queer. I think it's fascinating. You know, somewhere up there like Harvey Milk and Baldwin are probably like smiling, you know, and saying, "See what we did," you know. But yeah, so I really want to dive more into that because my experience, I think, was so specific, you know, and a film can only carry so much, right? Like, I wish I could have brought you more scenes where I like confront conservative people, but after a while it gets really monotonous. You know, I'm not Michael Moore, right? So I love him, he's great. Like, I'm just not Michael Moore. That's not my style, you know.